Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top story. A home burglary leads to a holiday behind bars. Also, tonight, it's not just a rumor, it's not just a conception. The managing director of MVA steps down. And a mainland television program makes an expedition CNMI. And in sports, paddlers paddle to prepare for Palau. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Opportunity is calling at Docomo Pacific. In partnership with the Workforce Investment Agency, join us for our job fair on Sunday, January 26 from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Gualarai retail store. We're hiring 40 call center employees to join our Better Together family. Just bring your updated resume and photo ID to jumpstart your career. For more details, visit our social media pages. Docomo Pacific, Better Together.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Half a day, Tirawami, and good evening, Commonwealth. You are watching the Channel 2 News on January 17 from our studio high up on Capitol Hill. Two men remain behind bars charged with a home burglary in their own neighborhood of Chalan Kanoa.
This morning in Judge Joseph Camacho's courtroom, Michael M. Tudela and Carl C. Camacho are accused of home burglary and theft. On December 15, 2024, police received a call from a home in Chalan Kanoa. The owners of the home had been away for several months when the daughter checked on the house and found a broken sliding window at the back of the house. Reported missing were a dryer, refrigerator, washer, aircon, several United States Marine Corps uniforms belonging to the owner's grandson, and 2 bicycles. A neighbor reported to police that they had received one of the missing bicycles from their neighbor, Mike Tudela. Police went to Tudela's residence where they found Tudela and his roommate, Carl Camacho. During separate questioning, Camacho stated that Tudela had stolen the items and brought them to the house. Tudela then gave a different story. He claimed that they both went to their neighbor's house. While there, he claims, Camacho broke the window and they both took the items mentioned. He also added that he had just moved into Camacho's house and that it was Camacho's idea for the robbery. He said that Camacho knew that the house would be unoccupied. The defendants have spent the holidays and beyond in custody. Today, they were offered court-appointed attorneys, and bail was set for $15,000. Both were remanded back into custody with a January 24th preliminary hearing scheduled.
It's not just a conception, it's a done deal. Chris Concepcion is stepping down from his post as managing director for the Marianas Visitors Authority.
MVA was established as a government agency in 1976 and, in their own words, with a mission to promote and develop the Northern Mariana Islands as a premier destination of choice. Now, in an announcement to the MVA Board of Directors, Chris Concepcion states that he has decided to leave his post in order to accept another career opportunity. MVA Board Chairwoman Gloria Kavanaugh.
What is the opportunity?
I can't tell you.
Is it on island?
I can't tell you. It's partially on island, yes.
Oh, okay.
But it's something that he's going to be able to do further for the CNMI. And so, he's young. He's very bright, and this is his opportunity to go and shine and extend basically his experience that he's had over the last 8 years, working in and out of MVA to something that is a little bit bigger that will help us. So.
The MVA board will be calling a special meeting in order to open up the vacancy for potential candidates.
There are always those people that like to criticize, Chris Concepcion. You either love him or you hate him. And they come down really hard on you. So whoever takes the position is going to have skin, the really tough skin. Because they're going to attack you from front, back, sideways, upside down, inside out. They're going to attack you. They're going to blame you for everything from your athlete's foot to, the world peace, or
Right.
world war.
Ms. Kavanaugh did want to express these words to her departing MVA leader.
I want to thank Chris Concepcion, for all the work that he's done. He's done prior to in 2016 and so on, and then for all the work that he's done in the last 2 years. It has been a really tough job. It's one thing having the job when everyone is full and the economy is great. It's another thing when it's not, and where everyone wants to blame somebody, and they want to blame MVA, So, but I want to thank him because he's always been there for everyone and his team. Oh, his team at MVA, they're really going to miss him. They love him, they respect him, and he's been a very good leader for them. So, but thank you for everything that you've done, and I look forward to seeing you succeed and just be great. So I believe he will.
For large and small business, all is not doom and gloom on Saipan. The exploration for solutions is continually ongoing. This week, local small businesses receive support and learn creative strategies to advance their companies.
The CNMI Department of Commerce, in partnership with Marianas Business Network, hosted a course yesterday afternoon to learn about creative ways to fund your business. Kiyoshi Cody with Economic Development.
We at Commerce Department had the good fortune of being able to be awarded an Economic Recovery Corps Fellow. And through this fellowship, Corinna Pinales was the candidate we thought would most likely be able to really help push us forward with economic recovery projects here in the CNMI. So through her 30-month contract, she's going to be stationed here in the CNMI, moved here from Texas, and started a contract in February to help us with any project ideas that we have currently in the works, or to kind of look forward at what would help us develop sustainable projects for the future.
Last week, the Marianas Business Network organized a mixer that brought together small businesses with a number of government officials.
So actually, on a personal level, last Thursday's interview with Governor Arnold was the first time I was able to really interact with members of Marianas Business Network, but I really like that the membership seems to be very small and intimate, and they really can see the passion in the business owners here to see what they can do to just help drive their business forward and to help out our community as well.
The course objectives led by Corinna Pinales from the Economic Recovery Corps included cross-marketing techniques, outreach strategies, social media health check, and innovative funding solutions. Participants learn new insights through this interactive course.
It's been a pleasure working with Corinna since February. We've tossed around a lot of ideas about the state of the CNMI, what we could probably possibly look at in terms of opening up new markets and segments and certain projects. So, I feel like we've got a great rapport. We're starting to see a lot of the projects that she's been able to implement start to take shape. and working with Commerce Department and the administration, we're really excited to see what the next 2 years are going to look like.
Coming up, military training in Guam has its rewards, but there is no place like home. Welcome to Saipan. And Expedition Unknown. It's an expedition, but is it unknown? Stay tuned and find out.
Opportunity is calling at Docomo Pacific. In partnership with the Workforce Investment Agency, join us for our job fair on Sunday, January 26 from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Gualarai retail store. We're hiring 40 call center employees to join our Better Together family. Just bring your updated resume and photo ID to jumpstart your career. For more details, visit our social media pages. Docomo Pacific, Better Together.
Let your people know. When it comes to the pickle to chicken ratio, some people, they playing in your face, but not the McCrispy.
Domestic violence, sexual violence, and other forms of violence can happen to anyone. It does not discriminate. If you or someone you know would like to know more, please call CARADOT's Victim Hotline at 670-234-5100. It is safe and confidential. We can help with advocacy and counseling, safety planning, access to shelter for those fleeing intimate partner violence, and referrals to other resources. CARADOT Victim Hotline 670-234-5100. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are here when you are ready.
At Marianas Beach Resort, come to the edge of the ocean and experience the best sunsets on Saipan at Skipper's Beach Bar. Open daily from 5 p.m. till 9 p.m., Skipper's is the perfect place to unwind with great friends, great weather, and stunning ocean views. And every hour is happy hour with $3.99 craft draft beer, local food specials, and live music. Bring a friend or make some new ones. Skipper's is where memories are made. Skipper's Beach Bar, the best sunsets, the best fun. Come join us tonight. See you at the beach.
When I think of you sometime, want to spend some time with you, just the two of us.
Jason, have you noticed that Sakura's not here? Is it my breath? I'm just checking. It's not. Good, thank you. Welcome back. Our Jason Sanchez rises with the sun to visit Saipan International, where he sees who's coming, who's going. Welcome home and adios.
Saipan International Airport sees a variety of faces coming from and going to all the different places. McCrae Miranda is home from military training in Guam.
We had a qualification exercise, so that's us qualifying for our weapons. It happens usually annually, so it's a must.
He's been in the military for 5 years now as an infantryman.
Since I'm a reservist, I intend to do 20 years, finish it. Tell myself, hey, I already invested a lot of time, so might as well commit to my decision.
Claude Celis is on the same boat. He shares about the differences and transition process from active duty to being in the reserves.
Because you got to complete a total of 8 years, right? Whether it's active duty or reserves. So going into the reserves, it's not so different because, I mean, the only thing is you're just training like every so often, every month. Active duty is, well, you're just out there, it's every day, but nothing's changed, nothing's different. It's just how often you train when we're out there. So we're out there for about 4 days, could be more, depending on the training and what we're doing.
Annual training is checked off the list. Now for other important things in life.
It's good to be back. It's good to be back on island, go back to normal day-to-day life and see the family.
As the 2 military men are back, Cecilio Raikulipi is on his way to Hawaii for a medical checkup. As he's visited the Aloha State several times, these are the differences between the islands that stick out to him.
Our traffic here is not bad, but in Honolulu, man, the traffic is, and also you don't really see in Honolulu, there's a lot of homeless people. It's sad to see those kind of stuff. I hope we don't have the social problem over here.
He speaks on the importance of taking ownership of our islands.
Keep our community clean and, watch out for each other and, report any crime in the community so that we'll be safe on our island.
Welcome home, welcome back, welcome to Saipan. Adios and lalabo.
The Mariana Islands are filled with both culture and adventure, from celestial navigation to Spanish treasure and World War II battles. Our small islands pack a pretty big punch, and later this year, the Discovery Channel will feature some local stories. Our Chris Nelson has more.
Later this year, the Northern Mariana Islands of Tinian and Saipan will be part of an episode of Expedition Unknown, a Discovery Channel staple that brings a modern-day Indiana Jones into digs around the world. Now, we can't really tell you what this episode is about. There are non-disclosure agreements and lawyers involved, pages and pages of documents, signatures here, initials there. But with KSPN acting as local production assistants, we can tell you that's going to be cool. We just can't tell you much more just yet. Here's some behind-the-scenes footage, though, with the host of the show, Josh Gates, who is also the co-executive producer.
Yeah. I've always loved the idea of adventure. I've always been interested in archaeology and history. I grew up, watching Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Goonies and things like that. So I think from an early age, I was really interested in the idea of travel and telling stories from around the world. So fortunate to have found a way to do that. Went to school for archaeology and ended up as the host of Expedition Unknown on Discovery. And now I go all over the world meeting really amazing explorers and scientists and archaeologists and document the work that they're doing.
Now, you live out of a suitcase a lot of the time. Tell people what a schedule when you have a network show that you're responsible for. What is that like?
Yeah, so it takes about 2 months or so to prep each episode back in the office. So a lot of research, working with different groups, working with universities, working with governments. And then we're out in the field filming each episode. Takes about 10 days to 2 weeks in the field. And then about 6 months of post-production to edit each show. So we make between 15 and 20 shows a year. So between 150 to 200 travel days a year, which is definitely living out of a suitcase. And then a whole army of people back in our post-production office editing the show and getting it ready for air.
We did make sure to take them to some of the best places on island, and we even got some local talent involved. The Marianas Visitors Authority helped out, as did Public Lands, the Tinian Mayor's Office, Crown Plaza, the U.S. Military, and Dickerson and Quinn.
How do you guys come up with the storylines? What gets you interested, and how do you decide?
We want to go to places where there's active work being done, right? We want to go to tell stories about archaeology. Sometimes it's legends, sometimes it's stories about treasure, but we want to go to places where there's meat on the bone, right? We want to go where archaeologists have an active dig going on, or where there's a group of people who have a new lead on a mystery. So that's what, a really exciting episode for us is if we can join people in the field that are doing really active and exciting work.
Now, sometimes you're looking for something and you find something, and sometimes you don't, but the audience comes along, and that's what's kind of cool. It's not scripted. You don't know that you're going to find something.
That's right. That's right. The show really is as it appears, which is a real adventure, a real expedition. So, we know we're probably not going to find the Ark of the Covenant in the 10 days that we have to make the show, but we're really taking the viewers on a trip, right? They're riding shotgun with us, going around the world, learning these incredible stories, meeting these awesome experts along the way. And so that really, is the show. It's the journey that matters, right? And sometimes we're really fortunate to be there when a tomb is opened in Egypt or when an incredible artifact comes out of the ground, and that's thrilling as well. But if we can take viewers someplace where they've never been before, maybe to the shores of Saipan and Tinian, where we've been filming today, that's a home run for us, because we want to expose our viewers all over the world to places and to stories that they don't know about.
We will have more on the making of this locally themed episode, and make sure to tune in to the Discovery Channel for Expedition Unknown. Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
In this week's Your Humanities Half-Hour, host Catherine Perry sits down with a local man serving the community through the sustaining of indigenous Chamorro culture, heritage, and language.
Jonas Barcinas is 2024 Governor's Humanities Awardee for Outstanding Humanities Teacher in a non-classroom setting, a vice principal at Coblerville Elementary School who is rooted in the Chamorro culture since birth.
Be proud of who you are. You cannot change your color. No matter Chamorro, no matter who you are, whatever ethnic group, but for the Chamorro community, parents, speak to your children. Let them hear the beautiful language of our ancestors, our mother tongue. Because if they don't, eventually they're going to start feeling guilty, and later on they're going to start wanting to learn, but it's going to be too late, in a way, for them. But it's never too late to learn.
Tune in to hear more about Jonas Barcinas and his lifetime of teaching the culture and language. Your Humanities Half-Hour show with host Catherine Perry airs on Thursday night at 7 p.m. If you missed it, don't worry. It airs again tomorrow night, Saturday at 7 p.m.
Coming up in sports, yes, paddlers paddle in prep for Palau. Say that 3 times. Back to the water. Next.
Opportunity is calling at Docomo Pacific. In partnership with the Workforce Investment Agency, join us for our job fair on Sunday, January 26 from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our Gualarai retail store. We're hiring 40 call center employees to join our Better Together family. Just bring your updated resume and photo ID to jumpstart your career. For more details, visit our social media pages. Docomo Pacific, Better Together.
A new international brand is coming soon, but why wait? Escape to paradise today at Marianas Beach Resort on Saipan. For just $99 for 2, enjoy an ocean view room with stunning views of the crystal clear waters. Relax by the swimming pools, dip your toes in the sand, and unwind with exclusive offers on breakfast and happy hour. Whether you're here for romance or relaxation, Marianas Beach Resort is the perfect getaway. Special rates are for NMI and Guam residents. Some restrictions apply, but not many. Call 670-234-1234 and book your escape today.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenos sports fans! As the holidays have come and gone and mid-January passes us by, local outrigger teams get their paddles wet.
CNMI's paddlers are back in the water in the new season. Their last big race was in October 2024 for Micro Cup, hosted in the Saipan Lagoon. Local paddling teams then competed against Guam and Marshall Islands. The next big race is at the end of June, spanning out to the beginning of July for the Pacific Mini Games to be hosted in Palau. Philip Aldon of Saipan Paddling Club has a small case of the jitters.
I feel really good, but I'm scared because, this is my first time to try out for the mini games. And I really think it's not like the micro cups that I've tried before, but I'm happy to try new things and get out there on the water again.
With his experience throughout the years, this is what he can say about paddling.
The community for paddling, I feel like they're very open. When I first came here, it was very welcoming, and I think that's the highlight of the sport, is that they're very inclusive of everybody.
As Aldon highlights the community, Julia Espino also appreciates paddling with the aspect of women empowerment.
So my favorite thing about paddling is that I get to do something outside of work, outside my regular lifestyle. I get to try something new and be a part of a new community, get to meet more people and be a part of this community of women who are strong, empowered, and very supportive of each other.
Coming back from a hiatus, Espino joins the team again as the new season brings open recruitment.
It's really good to be back in the water after probably almost a year. I tried paddling with MOC last year, same time, but I had to go back to school. So this year I have more time to get into the water and, be a part of a new community of women and paddle.
Darian Salas from Marianas Outrigger Club takes on a new role this year.
I'm coaching alongside Dana Macaronas. We're coaching the MOC junior men and junior women. We're about 4 weeks in. They're all first-year paddlers, but they're going strong, they're committed, they're driven. And they're doing well. So we have our first race next week, about 9 days out from race day, and I can't wait to see all the schools race.
Salas emphasizes this as one of the challenges as a coach.
I think it's the responsibility of taking over more than 5 people at one time. It's not like your regular group project or class project, This is a responsibility of about 12 people or even more at one time. A lot of people to keep account of, a lot of accountability on myself, and just a lot of checking in to make sure everyone's on the same page.
The public can watch the first races of the season for the high school canoe clubs, held at Kalili Beach across Ada Gym on Saturday, January 25th. First race starts at 8:30 a.m.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, only a 10% chance of showers with mild east winds and low temperatures of 77 degrees. I am verklempt. The weekend will be more of the same, but the same that we all want. Highs of 87 degrees with lows of 77 with only a 10% chance of isolated showers. Yes, as lovely as it will be and as inviting as the water will look, please know that the Riptide Advisory continues through Saturday evening, as well as a high surf advisory, which tells me that after the sun has set tonight at 6:07 p.m. and through the starlit, soft breezes of the celestial night, boogie boarders will be setting alarms at 6:47 a.m. to meet the sunrise to ride the dancing waves. So, please be careful out there. Boogie with a buddy, and I will see you in the water and on the land.
Well, that's news, sports, and weather. The National Weather Service tells us we're going to have a beautiful weekend, Saipan. Swim safely. Rip currents are happening, but we will see you again safely, I hope, on Monday.